Tyler Rake should have been dead. He had fallen into the river, his body broken, his mission complete. Or so it seemed. But fate had other plans. Pulled from the depths, he was barely clinging to life, his battered form airlifted to the United Arab Emirates, where doctors fought to bring him back. And through it all, Nick stayed by his side. She watched over him, willed him to live. Even as his body shut down, even as months slipped by in a coma, she refused to believe he was gone. Then, one day, his eyes opened, and just like that, Tyler Rake was back. 9 months later, the legendary mercenary wasn't the man he used to be. Retirement suited him, if isolation in an Austrian cabin could be called retirement. Nick and Yaz had left him there to recover, to start over. But peace was an illusion. Trouble always found him, and it came knocking in the form of Alcott, a mysterious man with an offer Tyler couldn't ignore, a woman and her children trapped in Georgia, desperate for escape. And one small detail, it was personal. Ketevan wasn't just anyone. She was his ex-wife Mia's sister. Whether he liked it or not, he had skin in this game. The job was simple. Get in, get them out. But in Georgia, nothing was simple. Ketevan was married to David Radiani, co-founder of the ruthless Nagazi crime syndicate. David wasn't just a kingpin. He was a monster. Locked away in prison, he still held Ketevan and their children captive within the prison walls, keeping them under his thumb. And then there was Zurab, David's brother, a man whose loyalty ran deeper than blood. When he learned David's sentence had been extended, he didn't just take the news. He painted the governor's office in blood. Their billion-dollar heroin empire had turned them into untouchable gods in Georgia. But Tyler didn't care. He had a mission now. And when he had a mission, nothing else mattered. With Nick and Yaz at his side, Tyler stormed the prison.
Go.
But David wasn't going down quietly. He unleashed chaos, turning the prison into a war zone. Zurab wasn't about to let this slide. The second the team escaped the prison, his men were on them. A high-speed chase turned into a brutal firefight, the team barely making it onto an armored train. Nick fought to keep the train moving. Tyler battled wave after wave of killers, and Yaz held the line. The train couldn't stop. Until it did. A fiery crash at the end of the line should have been the end. But they crawled from the wreckage, bloodied, battered, but alive. Survival meant escape, and escape meant Vienna. They made it onto a plane, but unknown to them, betrayal flew with them. Sandro, still mourning his father, still poisoned by Zurab's words, made a call. One moment of weakness, one call to his uncle, and their safe house was compromised. When the Nagazi descended upon them in Vienna, it was chaos.
Get down! Get down!
Sandro made his choice. He turned his back on his mother, walked into the arms of Zurab, and in the crossfire, Yaz was lost. One by one, they had fought to protect the boy, and in the end, he had handed them over. Zurab wasn't done. He wanted blood, he wanted vengeance, and he wanted Tyler to suffer. He made his demand clear: come to the airfield, alone. Nick, injured but unbroken, wanted to fight. Tyler walked into the lion's den. He cut them down, one by one, until only Zurab and Sandro remained. But Zurab had a final trick, an explosive vest strapped to his nephew. But Sandro had seen the truth. His father had been a monster. His uncle was no different. And for the first time, he made his own choice. He refused. Tyler and Zurab faced off in the church, a brutal, bloody fight that ended the only way it could, with Zurab's lifeless body hitting the floor. But victory came at a cost. Police swarmed the scene. Tyler and Nick were taken into custody. In the aftermath, Mia came to visit. Ketevan and the children were safe, hidden away. The Nagazi were finished. Alcott returned, the same knowing smirk on his face. Another job. But Tyler wouldn't do it alone. He had one condition. Nick walked with him. Alcott, always one step ahead, had already arranged it. As Tyler stepped into the unknown once more, one thing was certain: peace wasn't in his cards. But then again, it never had been.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.